What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. Today we are talking about Morbius. Ooh, this one hurts. Like Morbius, although I don't think Jared Leto is the worst casting for Michael Morbius, I don't know if they nailed the look quite right. I know what they were trying to go for was this like smoke trail-esque thing. They're catching the wind, whatnot. I don't know. It just, the whole movie just feels kind of pointless. Every shot, like, even just the very beginning of the movie, right, how it starts. It's like, it shows a sky, and then it cuts to a different shot for no reason, showing a helicopter, and then they block the helicopter flying with a tree, and then show you the helicopter again, but it's further away now. It, like, why, every shot just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and it bugs me that every shot from their trailer isn't in the movie. Literally almost every shot is not in the movie. There's a shot specifically where he's like breaking out of jail and he sees Vulture. None of that's in it. The only thing we get with Vulture is a post-credit scene that also doesn't make sense. Like, for me, this movie's a 1 out of 5 stars. You know, it's just not very good. I don't want a sequel. Sony always messes things up. Anything in association with Marvel, throw it in the garbage can. I can't do it. It hurts my soul. It really does, because every time I have hopes. I go in and I'm like, oh, this looks good. This, like, the trailer was good, and then you sit down and you spend. The only thing that this really has going for it, excuse me. Sorry about that. Got a quick phone call from Pill the Gorilla. If you guys don't know who he is, he's an MMA fighter, professional fighter. He just lost, unfortunately, in a championship bout, but he'll be back better than ever. He's handsome, and he owns a gym called Gorilla Crew Fitness. If you guys want to go do some jiu-jitsu, check that man out on Instagram. But we're getting back to Morbius. Morbius just doesn't do a whole lot of things right. You know, the only thing that I can really say that is entertaining at all to me is Matt Smith's dancing. And Matt Smith is Daemon Targaryen from House of the Dragon, which I absolutely love that show. So that's like my shining light from this movie. There was apparently things cut from this movie. There was a lot going on with this movie that just didn't go right. It got delayed a bunch from COVID. It has to do with Sony, so Sony always drops the ball. Sony's so funny because Sony dropped this again. People hated it so much that they started trolling on Twitter. Re-release Morbius. Oh man, we want Morbius back. And Sony thought we were being real, and they released it back into theaters. Spent a whole bunch more money to release this movie in theaters, and no one went and saw it again. So they had 2 theatrical runs for this movie, and neither of them did good. Fuck you, Sony. That's what I like, I like when Sony doesn't do well when they think they're gonna, like, fuck you, Sony. I really want Sony to fail so hard that they have to sell back Spider-Man to Marvel so Marvel can do whatever the fuck they want and not have to go through Sony to, like, Marvel's now struggling to make great Spider-Man movies that they are able to do, because they have to go to Sony and ask permission. Like, they shouldn't have to ask permission. They should be able to go, hey, Kevin Feige, hey, Kevin, we want to do this. And Kevin should be able to go, that's a great idea. Let's tell a great story. Instead, he has to go, that's a great idea. Let's see if we can get the character from Sony. And then, apparently Kraven the Hunter was supposed to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. If he was another villain in Spider-Man No Way Home, that would have been an insane movie. Like, if he was the main villain in that movie, it would have been insanity. He's hunting down the other villains, like, oof. Especially if it was like the Spider-Man 2 video game Kraven, like, he would have been badass. But instead they went, oh no, we're gonna wait because we want to do a Kraven solo movie to set that up first. And we want it to be Aaron Taylor Johnson. That movie, although I think it looks pretty good, I thought Morbius' trailer looks pretty good. So, like, until I physically get to see the movie in front of my face, I can't tell if these Sony movies are garbage or okay, and that's not good. You should be able to tell if a movie's good or not from the trailer, and then you should go and see it, and it should be good. You shouldn't have a good trailer and then the movie's ass. I don't know, it's stressing me out, bringing my blood pressure up, but hey. What are your thoughts on Morbius? although I didn't like the movie, if the character Morbius comes back and is played by Jared Leto, I ain't mad. I ain't that mad. And if they want to include Morbius into like a Blade, Midnight Suns, you know, like ideally, Morbius is a character that links up with Spider-Man. No, I don't think we need that right away. I think Morbius, Blade, Kit Harington's Black Knight, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, you know, like all of those dudes could be involved in like a Midnight Suns team up, like fighting dark shit, fighting monsters, Werewolf by Night, Jack Russell, Man-Thing, you know, like the Elsa Bloodstone, all of those characters that have to do with monsters and werewolves and vampires and just the monster side of the MCU. We should stick them all in a corner and fight crime over here. Now we have, which I think is where they're heading, you know, we're going to have monsters, vampires, that type of thing. We're going to have monsters. We'll have gods with Zeus and Thor. We'll have, and Loki, I guess, he's up there too. We'll have magic, which is like Wanda in Doctor Strange, but that couldn't be included in monsters. We'll have street level events, which is going to be Echo, Daredevil, probably Spider-Man. Then we'll have space, cosmic events, which is Guardians of the Galaxy, stuff like that. So I don't know where Marvel's heading right now. I think they have an idea. It's all just crazy multiverse stuff right now because of Kang and that shit. So I don't know. I really want Jonathan Majors to be innocent, and I want him to come back and be all these variants of Kang. I think it will be really cool, and I think it's throwing a huge monkey wrench into the system that he hasn't been found innocent yet, and it's just a mess. It's a real mess. So that's my thoughts on that. Comment below, what is your score out of 5 stars or 10 stars for Morbius? Have you watched it once? Did you walk out of the theater? I'm curious to know these things. So comment below, message me on Twitter, follow my other links in the description below, look me up on Letterboxd, and I will see you beautiful people in the next video. Peace.